The episode starts with Arthur noticing the king and queen heading somewhere. He asks Tesia where they're going, and she explains they're off to some important meeting. Then she hands Arthur this massive burger and says, "Be grateful. A beautiful girl like me made this burger for you." Arthur's response? "Who says you're beautiful?" Boom! Tesia gets so angry. Classic Arthur, always stirring the pot. Next, we see Arthur and Tesia training together. They're warming up when Grandfather shows up and says they're moving too slowly. He hands them swords and they start sparring. You can see Grandfather's satisfaction watching them. He thinks they're ready for the next phase of training. After training, Grandfather gives Arthur a sorcery review. He explains that once Arthur stabilizes his mana core, he'll be able to master one of the 4 elements: fire, water, wind, or earth. Elves like them specialize in wind magic, but are also skilled with water and earth. The element you get depends on your race. Dwarves excel in earth and fire magic, while humans can potentially use all 4 elements, though this is extremely rare. Tesia asks Grandfather why Arthur isn't training in sorcery alongside physical training like she does. Grandfather explains it's because of Arthur's weakness. He has a powerful beast will inside his mana core that's disrupting his body's balance, causing him pain. Arthur realizes this beast will must be Sylvia's. Grandfather says their first step is to get Arthur's body accustomed to his mana. There's this really cool moment where Arthur thinks about how Tesia awakened her mana at just 9 years old, marking her as naturally gifted, since elves typically awaken at 10. She's been his training partner ever since. In one of the most intense scenes of the episode, Grandfather decides to awaken the beast within Arthur, thinking it might stop his pain permanently and make him a true beast tamer. When Arthur's mana core activates, he loses control. Power erupts from him, sending Tesia and Grandfather flying backward. Arthur manages to control himself briefly before passing out. When Arthur wakes up, Grandfather asks if he knows where the beast will came from. Arthur reveals it came from a dragon. Grandfather is shocked but believes him after what he witnessed. He warns Arthur not to tell anyone about his beast will. It would bring unwanted attention. Then comes the bombshell. Arthur will be leaving in 4 months, not the 2 years he expected. A cultural exchange between the 3 kingdoms is happening, which will open the gates to Jaya City. Arthur can finally see his family again, but instead of being happy, he's sad to leave this place he's grown to love. That night, something incredible happens. The egg Sylvia gave Arthur suddenly hatches, revealing a tiny dragon. It bites Arthur's hand, leaving a mark, and Arthur can hear its thoughts. The little dragon calls him Papa. Arthur names the dragon after its mother, Sylvie, and jokes that he's become a father at just 8 years old. The next morning, Tesia comes to wake Arthur and is amazed when she sees Sylvie. She picks up the baby dragon, though Sylvie doesn't seem to like being held by her. When they show Sylvie to Grandfather, he's equally stunned. Arthur explains it's a dragon, and Grandfather nearly has a heart attack from shock. He theorizes that the egg hatched when Arthur's beast will was fully managed. To protect Arthur, Grandfather suggests they tell people Sylvie is a rare mana beast, not a dragon. With Arthur now a beast tamer, his training gets even more intense. Grandfather demonstrates an advanced sorcery technique called Shadow Panther, which uses wind magic to move silently at incredible speeds. Arthur can't even sense him. Days pass, and Arthur's mastery of his beast will eliminates his chest pain. His body becomes stronger, allowing him to train in ways he never thought possible. When he has free time, he spends it like a normal child. In the market, Arthur runs into Ferret again. Remember him? Ferret challenges him to a fight, and Arthur defeats him just as decisively as before. Arthur offers his hand afterward, saying it was good to see him again. Ferret asks if Arthur will attend the exchange program, and Arthur confirms he'll be going as a goodwill ambassador. The others explain that because of Ferret's high status, his attendance is mandatory. Arthur asks Tesia if she's going too, but before she can answer, Ferret calls her a stupid princess who gets lost. Tesia gets so angry she punches him into the air. A crowd gathers and Arthur quickly pulls Tia away. When they're alone, Arthur scolds her, saying, "You're a princess of this kingdom. You can't attack your own people." Then he thinks to himself, "What am I saying? In my past life, I used to kill my own people. Tesia tells him he's acting like an old man, just like her father, and runs away upset. That night, Arthur finds Tesia crying in her room. He suggests they go to the forest like they used to. He places a firefly on her ear which cheers her up, and she agrees to go. In the forest, Tesia worries about breaking the rules, but Arthur reassures her he'll protect her. He shows her the animals they saved before, and they camp outside under the stars. Tesia asks what the human kingdom is like, but Arthur admits he's never been there. When she asks if he could stay, Arthur starts to answer, but realizes Tesia has fallen asleep. The day of Arthur's departure arrives. He packs his things, and Grandfather gives him a compass with the family seal as a gift, telling him he can use it to find his way back whenever he wants. Arthur asks where Tesia is, but her parents don't know. As the gates open and Arthur prepares to leave with 3 other children, Tesia comes running, crying. She falls and Arthur rushes to help her up. She tells him to eat properly, not wander alone, and take care of himself. Arthur hugs her and says he'll miss her. Tesia, emotional, says she'll miss him too. The gates open and Arthur leaves with the other children. When they reach the city, the others go their separate ways, and Arthur arrives at his parents' home. Standing before the flying city of Jaya, he says, "I'm finally going to meet my parents." He knocks on the gate, and a small girl opens it. His parents appear, and Arthur is confused about what to say, thinking, maybe I should say I'm home. His parents are too shocked to speak. And that's where the episode ends. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more Scene Decoded content. I'll see you in the next episode.